All right, welcome to week 2. What we're going to do right now is to go through a few sentences. These aren't the sentences from your chapter, but they're very similar. And what I think I might do here is just kind of explain to you how to make use of the various resources that we've assembled for the class, and therefore to translate these sentences. Now, some of you will find this perhaps a little unnecessary, redundant, what have you, but others might profit from it, at least initially. So I'm going to be doing this kind of hand-holding through the exercises for the first several weeks. Okay, so hopefully you'll get the hang of it. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a look at these sentences and translate them. First of all, when we look at the first one here, you notice that the words here are drawn from your vocabulary list at the very beginning of chapter 2. Okay, these words, of course, you have to know, and you'll have to memorize these. Okay, right away, just look for the root here. You know the word pisteuo means believe. Okay, hati means that or because, although generally after a verb of usually belief or perception or sensation or thinking or something like that, hati will mean that and not because. Okay, so keep that in mind. But it can mean because in other contexts. Okay, so believe, because. Okay, gnoskomen comes from the word know. So again, believe that, know, didaskein. Okay, didaskein is from didasko, which is teach. Okay, so again, you get the idea of what the words correspond to in terms of their vocabulary meanings, but that's not enough to translate. What you have to do is, of course, make sense of these endings here. Okay, these conjugation endings. So what we'll have to do is take a look at this ending here. You see the ete ending here. Let's move the cursor up so you can see what I'm talking about. Ete ending. So again, we check our paradigm sheet and we see, okay, looking at the verbs, we see a form that corresponds to that, namely luete. Luete. Okay, and you will see that this is the second person plural. Okay, so it's you, whatever the verb was here. In this case, it's believe or trust. So you trust or you believe that gnoskusin. Gnoskusin. Okay, gnoskusin was what form again? Let's check the paradigm sheet. And again, taking a look at where we left off here from luusen. Okay, right? That's kind of similar, isn't it? Luusen. So again, you're going to see that that's the form you want. That's their third person plural. That's like a they type of a meaning. So, okay, you plural believe that they know didaskein. Didaskein. What's didaskein? That's from teach, but what's that ain ending from? Well, let's check our paradigms. And aha, you see it there. It's luain. Okay, the infinitive form there. Okay, so just give a good translation here. So you believe, you plural believe that they know, okay, to teach, or probably more like how to teach. Okay, so you believe that they know how to teach. Okay, so that's basically all there is to that one. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. So we have akuomen kai blepomen hatigraphe adelphe. All right, akuomen kai blepomen hatigraphe adelphe. Okay, so first, get a sense of the vocabulary before you start. You should recognize that's the verb for here. That's the verb for see. So here and see. Kai is a word for and. That. Okay, again, following a verb perception. Usually hati means that. Here, see, that, right. Okay, graphe is from right, and adelphe is sister. Okay, so again, we've got to make sense of the endings here. So omen, what does that correspond to? Let's take a look. Ah, yes, that's our first person plural ending. Okay, luomen, luomen. Okay, so that's like a we meaning. Okay, so we hear, and we have another omen here, so we hear and we see, okay, that graphe adophe. What's graphe adophe? What's A? What's that A ending? There it is. Yes, that's your third person singular, so it's a he, she, or it ending. So we hear and we see that graphe adophe. And adophe is sister. Okay, we'll learn later this is nominative case, so it's that sister writes or is writing. Okay, now notice something that's a little bit different about Greek and English right away. Okay, the noun, okay, which is actually doing the action, follows the verb. That never happens in an English sentence unless you're asking a question. Okay, but in Greek, you can have a subject that's actually nowhere near the verb. It may follow several words later. Okay, you know it's a subject by the ending. Okay, and the ending here has to agree with it. All right, we're gonna see that later. So again, word order really doesn't mean a whole lot in Greek. It means a tremendous amount in English. Generally speaking, if a noun follows a verb in English, we tend to think it's not the subject but the direct object, which is usually how English works. Or Greek is not like that. Okay, so bear that in mind. You'll get used to that. Okay, number 3. Ginoskes hati adophe lue ou pistue adophos. Okay, so ginoskes. Okay, ginoskes is the verb for know. Again, a verb of knowledge. Usually takes a hati clause after that. So that. Okay, adophe, sister, lue. Okay, means to free or loose or sometimes to destroy. Okay, ou pistue. Okay, ou is not. Okay, so it's a negation. Pistue, believe or trust. Adelphos, brother. Okay, so again, we still need to put it all together here. Okay, so ginoskes, what do we do with that? Let's take a look at our chart. Yes, that's our second person singular. Okay, so it corresponds to you singular. So, you know that adelphe lue. And lue again was what? That's your your third person singular. Okay, third person singular. So he, she, or it. Okay, and let's see if the subject's expressed. It is. There's a subject already sitting here. So it's you know that what? Sister is destroying or is freeing. Okay, or is loosening something. Okay. All right. What? Ou pistue. We get that A ending again, but that's exactly like this ending, isn't it? Notice here, it's another third person singular. But is the subject expressed? Yes, it is. Okay. Ou pistue adelphos. So, does not believe brother, literally, or brother does not believe. Okay, so that's exactly how we would translate it. We would say brother does not believe. Put it in a good English word order. Although, again, keep in mind that it's perfectly acceptable Greek to have the subject following the verb here. Okay, and you'll know it's a subject as we will see very quickly in future lessons by the ending. Okay, not by the place in the sentence. Okay, and by the way, notice something else that's true about Greek. I could get rid of the subject here, and what would I find? Okay, well, nothing would change except one thing. Ginoske, so you know that sister is destroying. Ou pistue. Okay, now the subject's not expressed. The subject is in effect buried inside the verb here. So it's a statement about he, she, or it does not believe. I don't know what he, she, or it is. I can only know that from the context. But very frequently, you will find the subject unexpressed. Okay, and it doesn't need to be written. Okay, we actually saw it here too. We have a kuomen and blepomen. Okay, there's no we there, but we knew it was we here and we see just from the ending. Okay, alrighty. Finish up here with number 4. Thele alaphos graphein ou ginoskomen. Okay, so again, thele comes from thelo, the word for wish or want. So want, adophos is brother, graphein, right. Okay, and we see it semicolon there indicating it's going to be some kind of a question. So uginoskomen, so not, no. All right, so thele, what's that A ending? Well, hopefully we don't have to look at the paradigms now. We remember it's the same as the A ending here and the A ending here. Well, let's go ahead and cheat. We're just starting out here. So that's going to be this form here. Our third person singular ending. Okay, so he, she, or it. Okay, in this case it's a he because it's brother. So brother, what does he do? He wants graphane. That ain ending, yeah, darn it, what was that again? Yeah, it's the infinitive. Okay, it's the infinitive. Luane. See, it's like luane. These are why they're paradigms. Okay, they're basically a verb model. Okay, you're going to see that other verbs will basically follow this same model. That's the point of memorizing these paradigms. Okay, that's why I'm having you not only learn them on a sheet, but to recite them, okay, day in and day out, so that they really, really get internalized, etched in your brain, so that you can eventually sail right through text like this without having to stop and look up every word and saying, what ending is that? Now, keep in mind, we've only looked at a few endings, so there's not terribly many to worry about, but they're gonna start to multiply very quickly. So keep on this paradigm sheet. Keep reciting this stuff. Okay, it's going to be immensely helpful. Okay, but thele adophos graphane. So that was an infinitive again. So brother wishes to write. We're going to make it a question. So it's does brother wish to write? And again, the only way we know it's a question is because it has a question mark there. Okay, we don't know that. Nothing else in the sentence clues us in on that. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. So does brother write? Ginoskomen. Oh, what ending was ginoskomen? Darn it. I remember that before. We had it up here. I kind of forgot though. Let's take a look. Aha! Yes. First person plural. Okay, so it's a we ending here. Okay, does brother want to write? Ginoskomen. We do not know. Okay, very good. Let's wrap this up and have you be turned loose to work on these yourself.